Good evening, minions. So, this is a replay of mines that I had earlier today while I was platooning with Ripon. It's kind of a happy little accident that I had such a successful game using the tactics that we discussed about and the map overview and during the training Sunday night. So I kind of wanted to show this as a prime example of what happens when you utilize everything that was in the video and that we talked about in training. So to start it off, as soon as we got in the load screen, Ripon and I discussed what we should do, where we should go. And as I had said in the map overview, hill is a very, very important area. So, obviously, one of the first questions that Ripon asked me was, where do we go? Do we go for the hill? To which I answered that we could. We have the mobility and we have the mobility and the firepower to be able to take the hill. Now, I don't feel that comfortable on the hill in my Skoda T25, and the reason is because I am such a tall tank, and I don't have reliable turret armor. This tank has an autoloader magazine, which is excellent, but the issue is that it is meant to wait, watch for the opponent to shoot, roll out, minimize the amount of targets that are shooting at you, and then pump your 3 shots into it, retreat to safety, reload, and then rinse repeat. Keep doing this and minimize the amount of damage that you take. So, because of that, I actually tell him that we are actually going to go to the hill, but we are not going to take it. And the reason for this is that they don't have very many tanks that can just take the hill outright. So they have a T92 and an E25. That is their fastest tanks in the game on their side. Everything else is heavily armored, it's slow, it's a TD. Now, I highly doubt that the E25, especially with its stats, that he is going to try to take the hill with that T29. Now, we have a Progetto 46, we have ourselves, and maybe the Easy 8 comes up with us. And that's about it. So, I kind of want to roll up and shoot at whatever comes up to the hill because we have a magazine and we can pump out 3 shots, turn around, and then I want to go support the town. Okay, I want to support our heavies that go there. So as you can see, I've already started to ping to Ripon that I want to attack the hill at the entrance, and then as you can see here, I start to ping that I want to go over to the town. So this is exactly what happens. T92 rolls up, the Progetto 46 comes with us, he takes the hill, and we pump in a shot or 2 onto the 92. Now, enough of spoilers. So Ripon and I get into a position that we don't block the 46, and he rolls up, and just as predicted, the 92 rolls up. So I pump in 1 shot, miss, well, ricochet, and then miss. And Ripon put 1 shot out, I think. So we end up falling off this side, and as we had discussed in the map tactics, that the heavies will try to take this entrance, the Progetto has complete control of the hill. And because of this, we have no pressure outside of that. So our ELC Even 90 has spread all the way out to the far right-hand side, and he has spotted a Super Pershing, a KV-3, and, well, our T-92 that fell over. Looks like he tried to slide down the hill, and he'll come into play later. So I'm rolling up. One of my greatest concerns is I see the KV-3, the 32, and the Super P. Okay, so I don't really want to go past this church right here because this church is providing cover from that 32 and the KV-3. So, but I need to deal with this Super Pershing. Now, I am 2 tiers below him. So how do you deal with the Super P? You aim for its weak points, obviously, but it has all the spaced armor on it, and we'll see how to deal with him here in a moment. So our Even 90's taking pop shots at him. They're shooting back at him. I roll up. I'm not trying to side scrape here. I'm just trying to minimize how much my tank is exposed, which means that the accuracy of their gun, it's... Oh, I didn't even see that the Even 90 told me to fall back. Anywho, so I'm trying to make sure that as little of my tank is exposed as possible. So I come rolling up to this corner, and I'm trying to outline the Super P. So I get lucky, I find him, and he is in the perfect spot for me. So, one of the big things about the Super P is that this back here is super vulnerable. There is next to no armor on the back of his turret, and his spaced armor, his shields, are basically located right in here. Okay, so these shots that I'm about to pump into him are all going to score. So this is a perfect position to catch this Super P in. He doesn't know I'm here. I have the auto loader, and I can just unload 3 rounds and get safe. And 1, 2, and I get that 3rd shot into the cupola, and I get safe. He takes a swing at what looks to be the even 90. So at this point, Rippon's trying to get up to take out the Super P, but he's a little overexposed. I tell him to be careful. He runs up, and he's trying to use the buildings as cover. So I roll back, I'm reloaded, and once again, Super P has his back of his turret to me. So I pump in all 3 rounds. I see that he's taking shots at Rippon. Rippon's putting shots back in. I go running up. I am in no danger here because KV3 is blocked by this building, and 32 is blocked by this building, and this little mini building that is located right in here that he is up against. So I'm relatively already safe, and I have free reign to just keep putting shots into the Super P. So that's exactly what I do. So Rippon's taking a lot of damage. I'm trying to kill this guy as quick as possible. And unfortunately, Rippon will die here in a moment. We do get the Super P before then. I would like to mention that if Rippon would have... I think if Rippon would have been back behind this building that's right in here, and just used this as cover, that he could have still got shots into the back of this Super P, which, I mean, he has completely able to penetrate, possibly even put it into his back sprocket on his left-hand side, and just kept him perma-tracked. KV3 wouldn't have been able to get a shot, and this 32 definitely wouldn't have been able to. So, if, let's say, the Super P did repair his tracks or get over to Rippon, Rippon has the mobility to just run away from this Super P, okay, because Super P is big, bulky, heavily spaced armor. He can't move very well. So, unfortunately, Rippon lost a lot of HP. So, play this out. So, Rippon dies, unfortunately. Rip Rippon. So, I want to deal with this 32 now. But he's down to 31 HP, and he dies. Even 90 kills him. So, I notice this 92, and I start putting shots at him. Now, my mistake here is I'm not letting my reticule zoom in all the way. I recognize this mistake on this mag, and I start putting my shots. I put my shots into him. So first one hits, second one hits dirt, and last one hits his gun barrel, unfortunately. So got to reload again. Luckily, Skoda only has about a 7-second reload time. Next shot gets him. All right, so since I now have to deal with this KV3, I should reload because I want 3 rounds into it. All right, so he just shot, and I start booking it for him. Okay, KV3's got about a 10 to 15 second reload time, so now I need to find a spot that I can pin him. So first shot doesn't hit, I start aiming for his glacis plate, I auto lock on him, and the EVA 90 and I put our shots into him, we take him out. So that was a lucky shot. Now, I have full HP, and that's kind of why I was able to do that, was because I wasn't afraid to take a hit, because I'm not going to just magically blow up unless it's an ammo rack. They sometimes roll those 20s. So, even 90's doing the same thing. He's got full HP, he's kind of using it. So, he gets away from the SU, I roll up, I finish off the SU. Now, I kind of make a mistake here. I see the PZ in the corner of my eye, but I think that he's on the platform. And then I roll back and I see Artie. Now, I'm actually kind of already safe here, because they are so close to the buildings, they can't fire over. So, just because of how close I am to them. So, we need to deal with this SU. Now, my mistake is that I didn't reload. So that was about 7 to 8 seconds that I had that I was just idle, and I had already shot. So I could have gotten a little bit more damage on that SU, and that EVA 90 may not have taken as much damage. So I don't go after the artillery because there's still 2 tanks in play, and we had more than enough tanks to kill them. So the reason I roll out in front of this, and I want to point this out, is because that even 90 is at half HP. Okay, I need his gun and I need his clip in this fight. I am at now 599 HP. Okay, it doesn't matter what this Panzer IV does to me. He's not going to kill me. And the amount of time that it takes for me to drive by, unless I ram him, I'm not losing enough HP to die like that. So I am utilizing my HP pool to allow my ally to be able to get some extra damage in, and I'm helping my team by doing this. So I ricochet a shot, get around. I don't think I even damaged him, and then I have this moment of superb driving. So now it's just the E25, and the even 90 and myself are just rolling over and just going to finish him off. Someone spots him, looks like the Challenger, and we just roll up and just finish up the farm. So, fairly simple game. I mean, it was kind of a stomp, 14-2, and I'm not doing this video to brag about that, but I wanted to show the importance of what I had taught. So, in the beginning of the game, you saw us go up here. Okay, one of our heavies rolled up, the 50 TP, and our 46 Spaghettio was able to take the hill. We ended up messing up the 92. He tried to jump off and get safe, but he ended up dying to me and just being useless to his team, which sucks and is unfortunate. He got stuck. Now, we ended up rolling back, taking out this Super P over here. This 32 fell, and then we helped take out this KV3. Okay, so if you look, we still have our 29, we still have our OI, and we still have our 150. Okay, all of these guys went to this side, as I had talked about in the overview. So because they went through there and we had taken the town, we were able to push freely. We gave them support. But we were only able to do this because the hill was taken by the 46. So because of that, we didn't fear anything that was going on in this area. So, I mean, we didn't fear like we were going to get shot at from here, or somebody was going to be brave enough to roll out here and put shots into our sides. So we were with relatively free range. We could just bully this Super P, and then in consequence take off 1, take off 2, take off 3, and then we were able to just push right into their base, and because of this, we were able to just sweep them. Now, our Panzer IV, our Jagdpanzer IV, and our Challenger were able to control this area. And even though the E25 was over here for most of the game, and we had the Panzer IV sitting back here, which I personally think was a waste, but I didn't drive his tank. So, because of that, they didn't put enough pressure here. They didn't fight for the hill hard enough, okay? Or I think the 92 should have recognized that both me and Ripon were going to go there because we have the mobility, and so is the 46. And the 46 has a clip. Okay, well, kind of clip, but you know what I mean. So, because of that, I kind of think that the 92 made a mistake by going here. In fact, he did. So, not only is it important to recognize what your team has, it's also important to recognize what your opponents have. So, all of this stuff, it played out textbook, just like I said in the overview of Mines. So, I just wanted to throw this out there as an example, as proof that, I mean, if you follow these strategies that I had said and recognize how the map usually unfolds, then you guys are going to be fine. You guys are going to start winning more games on Mine. You guys are going to understand why you won the game on Mines. And when your opponents are making a mistake, like that 92. Okay. So, I hope this helped, guys. So, thank you. Bye.